Hey, welcome back. Today, just wanted to talk a little bit about angel numbers and what they meant for me, and kind of how I went about deciphering what the meanings meant, what the messages were behind them, how long it kind of took me to figure it out. One thing I will say is my birthday. It all started with my birth date. Things just kind of started showing up. My birthday, not things. My birthday started showing up. Um, didn't really know what it meant. I'd see it on a clock, on a license plate, phone number, randomly street addresses, electrical boxes. Believe it or not, when the unit numbers on there, just all over the place. Kept seeing it. This was probably been going on. Started about maybe 5 or 6 years ago. Didn't know what it meant. Just kept seeing it. Didn't think much about it, but always thought that's just kind of where I see my birthday all the time. Why do I keep seeing my birthday? The month and the day. Kept happening for a couple years, just doing my thing, going about it kind of blindly, kind of going about my day, not thinking too much about anything. And then one day somebody had mentioned like angel numbers to me when I was talking about my birthday, and I didn't know what an angel number was. So it's kind of a little interested in that. I thought, oh, that's kind of interesting. There's number sequences that our spirit guides, ancestors, however you refer to them, kind of communicate with us. It's how they talk to us. They don't just kind of appear before us in the middle of the night and start talking to us. They don't have conversations with us. They typically do it through numbers or other means of communication that we will understand here at the time that we're living in. So, okay, numbers, it's a universal language. Everybody understands numbers, and that's how they communicate. So angel numbers are like 111, 222, 333, 1111, 33. They keep going on. It could also be any number that just repeats itself. So you might always see 4549 somewhere. Well, there's a message in there, and there's a way to kind of decode and break that number down to get it to the digits that it needs to be for you to understand it. There's also places you can find it, like if you just sort of type in angel number, 2323 or 2142 or whatever that number is you keep seeing. There are places on the internet that will go ahead and break it down for and explain to you what they all mean. For me, I saw my birthday. Once I learned that, started getting interested in the numbers, then I started seeing more numbers. And one thing I kind of figured out with your spirit guides, ancestors, once they find out that you're paying attention and, hey, okay, he's got it. He's finally like tuned in. Geez, all those years of trying to like nudge him a little bit, he finally opened up and figured out what we're trying to tell him. The numbers will start to progress a little bit. So you'll start to see kind of repeating patterns, different numbers, and you'll start to see them more frequently. And then once you start doing a little bit more research, maybe start looking, the numbers will start to get stronger. Then you kind of want to start understanding what they mean. So, you typical thing, go on the internet, I'm looking around, say, oh, what does 333 mean? What does 444, 555? Read up on all those numbers. Okay, now how does that apply to me? Well, one thing I kind of figured out is, yep, the angel numbers do have a meaning. They do stand for stuff. Numerology is a big part of that. But at the end of the day, it comes down to what your intuitive feelings are telling you that number means. Like, what are they trying to tell you? What were you thinking at the time you saw that number? What issues are you dealing with? Or what big decisions are you trying to make? Sometimes those numbers are just a way of saying, like, yeah, hey, we're here with you. We think that's a great idea. You should probably follow that thought and keep going. And then if that's kind of what you think that number means, and you start to move that direction, then you might start to see even more numbers. You might start to see more different sequences. And that's just kind of their way of saying, like, hey, we're right here with you. We're good. We got your back. Go do what you want to do. Don't worry about it. Put your fears. Let us carry your fears and all your anxiety for you, and just do what you were put here to do. Right? Let us handle the rest. We'll be the roadblocks, and we'll stop anything from getting in your way. You just keep moving forward. And once I started understanding that and started saying, okay, so I get these numbers. Here's what they mean. I'm doing the research on them. I'm asking them, and there were times where I would say, okay, so I keep seeing this number, and this is what I think you're trying to tell me. If you are trying to tell me that, then show me a red dog, and please show me within the next 3 days. So sure enough, I'm driving down the road, on the third day. I hadn't seen a red dog for 2 days. Not in a picture, not in a commercial. Hell, I thought I'd see Clifford or something, didn't even see that. Um, it's a Saturday morning, just driving around, kind of forgot all about it, and I just happened to be passing by a car that has a red dog decal on it, and I was like, well, there you go. There's the answer I've been looking for. Sometimes I'll say, if this is what you're trying to tell me, and this is why I keep seeing these sequences, show me an orange truck. And, please try to show me an orange truck within the next 48 hours, whatever, just something realistic. Then I would see an orange truck. I try to pick things that aren't too frequently seen out in public. You don't really see orange trucks. So typically don't ever see red dogs. I try to pick things that will kind of stand out a little bit more, but also that I know if you're kind of going along the line of coincidences, it's not a coincidence you ask to see a red dog and you see one, or you ask to see an orange truck and you see one. It's not like saying, show me a dragonfly, and then we're in the middle of the summer. That I kind of get if you might be a little skeptical of that. But once that started happening and I started coming in more in tune with the numbers, I started realizing, hey, these are more personal to me. Yeah, the definitions of the theoretical definitions, like, they mean something in theory. But to me, they mean something a little different. And once I started understanding that and I was able to decipher that and decode those, then palindromes started showing up. And a palindrome is a number that reads the same forward as it does in reverse. So yes, your typical 333s or 444s or 5555s are like that. But so it's like 7337, 6226, 515, 404, 424, 515, right? 525. Palindromes started showing up, and there I went down that rabbit hole trying to figure out what palindromes mean, and came up with a couple of different things. Talked to some other people that experienced them, and some people feel that palindromes are just a reflection of you get back what you put out. For me, I kind of felt like it was a little bit different. For me, I kind of felt like the palindromes were saying, hey, like, you're graduating. You've made it through a lot of the things we wanted you to get through. You kept forging forward with the things that you were dealing with. You didn't give up. You kept fighting, and now we're telling you, like, okay, now, like, the next step is here, and just continue to keep going. And we're going to keep giving you these just to let you know that, hey, as things start to progress or move a little bit quicker, like, we're right here. So that's kind of how I deciphered the palindromes. It's kind of what I took as the meaning of the palindromes. And we're at a point now to where I still see them. Just recording this video, I probably glanced at the timer 2 or 3 times and saw 5:15 and 6:26 and 4:24, I think, were the sequences. Like right now it's coming up on right at 8:08. So that's kind of like they're just kind of saying, like, hey, yep, we got it, just keep going, keep doing what you're doing, just let us handle everything, let us handle the anxiety, let us handle the worry, you just do what you're here to do what we're asking you to do, do what your life's purpose is here. It is a huge world of intrigue, and there's just a ton of stuff out there, and you got to break it down, small bites, break it down, really, really try to understand what it is that's happening, and one step at a time, patiently going through, trying to figure out what all these things mean, and you'll get there. It takes time. It's definitely not something you're gonna get answers to in 3 or 4 or 5 months. It takes, sometimes people work on this stuff for years. For me, it's been about 5 years. Really, really paying attention for, I'd say, about 2 or 3. And I still don't know as much as I think I do at times. They still keep surprising me. So, pay attention to those numbers. Do your best trying to figure them out. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Like I said, I try to keep the videos to around 8 to 10 minutes or so, just so they don't get too long. So we can always make another video, talk about something else. Until then, take it easy.